Okay, here today we're going to look at the very strange Guardian Patrol. It's from 1986, and I'll have to check, but I'm sure it's probably Taiwan. It's going to take 4 C cells. There are 2 C cells that go down in the lower walking half of this contraption, and there's 2 C cells that get piled into this battery holder on the back. It's a Roto Matic in that this whole upper part will pause and then rotate. And they didn't have a way of getting battery power from there down to the lower half because they've got lights in all of the, well, anywhere they can shove a light, they've shoved a light. But the actual motor that drives everything is up here. It's pretty much a standard Roto Matic type setup. And when the jack shaft is all the way down, that should be driving the legs. And just like in a walking robot and it drives its legs, they're using one of those very strange, worm gear is not the correct term. I forget the correct term for the type of gear. But it goes down to the gear that then drives everything in the lower half. And of course that gear being specialized, a different size, and it's split. So it isn't going to walk today. But it also had a split gear on the pinion gear on the motor, so nothing was working above. I did replace that gear. So we probably will get some lights in Roto Matic type action with it. Now it does come with an angel figure, as they call it. And that's actually in the box. It's a little figure that you can put into the saddle back here. And actually pins on here so it will spin. And has angel wings for whatever reason. You've got a switch back here between the legs and the tail. That's just to turn the batteries on for the lower leg half part. And then you have your switch up here, which actually turns the motor half to the whole toy on. Like I said, it's very, very strange type thing. And of course it's loaded with chrome plated guns everywhere besides the shield and battle axe and stuff that it has there. Here you go if you want to read the blurb. It could be shown as a picture window box. The foam parts are turned around right now, but the toy could be there, and it has a warning about placing the arms on the robot part and on the action figure in such a way that they don't collide. The wings that they're calling on the angel figure actually fit onto the saddle, and the little guy sits back here and can ride. I might as well dig him out. It's an odd thing. It's a very odd toy. And again, what would have attracted me to it would have been the 4-legged walking action, the robotic part. I didn't really have any interest in their angel rider part. Here we go. Okay, there's the wing parts which would snap onto the saddle. Here's the little man, just as he was shown. He's articulated, and he's got his weapon. And there's another shield piece that could go somewhere on the whole thing. A lot of bits and pieces to it. So, let's take a look at our Guardian Patrol and see what function we can get out of it, maybe. You see, it's a very fast Roto Matic too. This is when it would be walking, and then it would be rotating, then walking. That high-speed Roto Matic action, that's tough on all the gears. And as you can see, we have our standard ratchet wheels on all 4 legs. These legs are articulated, so when the shaft comes down, it drives a shaft that goes straight down, drives the front legs, and the front legs are then mechanically linked to the rear legs. All that stuff's in there. It's just one little split gear that's of an oddball size that I haven't been able to find a replacement for yet. And because it's a specific type of gear. It's not the kind of thing you just come across every day. Gluing it on the shaft, you know, could possibly work long enough to shoot a video, but that doesn't really repair the fact that it has a crack running in it. And when cracks come around on gears, they tend to want to hang up, and that adds more, you know, would shift the problem would then shift back up here, and you'd end up stripping some gear on the upper part. So it's not really a solution. I just have to keep my eyes open. Eventually someday I'll probably come across another, I guess it's kind of a helical gear, you might call it, where the two change at a 90-degree angle, but they're not truly worm gears. They're at a slightly different angle. I think helical might be the correct term for that type of gear. But in any case, that's your Guardian Patrol from 1986. Mint other than a split gear.